शो आ रहा है हमारा टीवी पे, जो कि एक एजुकेशनल प्रोग्राम्स हैं। तो हम लोग 15, 16, 17 सालों से बच्चों के साथ काम कर रहे हैं एजुकेशंस पे। और उसके साथ साथ ये है कि मतलब पपेट के जरिए, फन के जरिए बच्चों को कुछ चीजें सिखाते हैं जो कि बच्चे जल्दी से ग्रैब कर लेते हैं। और हमारा मोटिव यही होता है कि बच्चों के साथ जितना हो सके इंटरेक्शन करके, उनको इम्प्रोवाइज करके उनके साथ बात करें और एक स्टोरी लाइन लेके चलें।
तो अजीत जी, आप एक बारी फिर से हम अपने पेरेंट्स को बता दें कि हम, क्योंकि हमारे बच्चे सेकंड और थर्ड स्टैंडर्ड से हैं, तो हम उनको सॉक्स के साथ पपेट्स बनाना सिखाएंगे, which will basically help them in achieve better motor skills, apart from of course using their imagination and creativity. और साथ साथ में अजीत जी उनको उस पपेट को कैसे ऑपरेट करना है, उसको मैनिपुलेट कैसे करना है, वो सिखाएंगे. And we will also help the children in using different voices and creating a story for their puppet that they will make. So this is our plan and this is what a socks puppet looks like. Now Ajit ji, ये सामान लेने के लिए हमें कहीं बाहर जाना पड़ेगा कि सब घर पे मिलेगा?
हाँ, ज्यादातर सामान आपके घर पे ही मिलेगा। बट जैसे सॉक्स एक नया खरीदना पड़ेगा क्योंकि वो आपको पपेट बनाने के लिए यूज करना है। अदरवाइज जैसे वूल होती है वो यूज कर सकते हो, पेपर कटिंग से भी आप बाल बना सकते हो इसका। और ये गुगली आईज हैं, ये मिल जाता है मार्केट में। अदरवाइज आप बिंदी लगा सकते हैं उसे। नोज नोज पे कोई कपड़ा आप उसको थोड़ा मैश करके उसको उसका गोला बना के लगा सकते हैं। और ये इसमें ऑफिस फाइल्स होती हैं जो कि आपके घरों में मिल जाती हैं, ऑफिस फाइल है, ये चार्ट पेपर है और ये सॉक्स।
तो ये कौन है आपके पास?
ये मेरा प्यारा चुन्नू डॉगी है। अरे कैसे हो सब लोग?
Thank you so much, Ajit ji. So, parents, I hope you like this small glimpse of what puppetry can do. It not only teaches you creativity, it engages you creatively, it enhances your imagination, and it also helps in motor skill. But also, with that, it helps you create a story and open your mind to another world. Ritika, can we have Shivani ma'am on, please? Hi, Shivani. Okay.
Good morning.
Our next presentation and our next course that we are offering you involves stories and art. Any idea where we find stories and art together? Anybody? Where do we find stories and art together in India? Any one example?
Parents, please feel free to raise your hands
or answer in the chat box if you want. Okay, Shivani, what are we going to be doing? Let's tell everyone.
Atharva has raised his hand, ma'am.
Oh, Atharva, please tell us, where do we find stories and art together?
He's saying movies and plays.
Very nice. Yes, that is true. Also true. So what we are going to be teaching the children is an exercise in folk history, folk stories, and also folk art. And we have Shivani here from Potli who will explain how and what the course is all about. Shivani, please.
Thank you, Prachi. Good morning, everyone. And thank you, especially all the bachas who've come here on a Saturday morning. I know all of you have switched off your videos, but I know you're there. And I want to tell you that stories and art is not just in play and movies. You know, many years ago, how did it all start? In the caves, when people didn't know how to talk to each other. How did they communicate? if they had to tell about some danger, if they had to talk about animals, do you know what they actually did? They drew on the walls of the caves. And they left their message, they left their story on the walls of the caves. And as people used to travel from one place to the other, they would see the walls, they would see the messages, they would read it, how it was all drawn. So if it was a corridor, it was a place where the elephants crossed, they would draw elephants. And that would tell them that there is going to be danger, be careful. And that is how our traditional folk art forms came about. It started as a way of talking and communicating and sending the message. तो आप लोगों को अभी का तो सब कुछ मालूम है. What is animation? What is a story in a book? What is a story in a play and a movie? But what about so many years ago? So parents, it's also for you that, you know, a lot of our children have lost touch, and us as well. We've lost touch with our roots, with the tradition, the culture of our country. So our intention, Potli's intention, is to take the children back a few years, sensitize them, make them aware of where they actually come from. What is the culture they've been born into? And I think why this is important, A, it also gives them a sense of identity. B, learning the traditional art and craft is not just about painting, it's not just about drawing and, you know, creating something. It's also about learning how things were done so many years back. There were no camlin, there were no paint, there were no brushes. How did people actually paint? How did they create paint, brush? How did they actually do that? Kids are going to learn all of it, apart from the fact that they're actually going to learn just the beginning, just the main things about two art forms. And we're going to do Patwa, which comes from West Bengal. And it's an art form which was basically, these were storytellers, and they used to sing, draw, and tell the story. So the amazing part is, in a session where the kids will learn Patwa art, they're not just going to learn art. They're going to learn a folk song, and they're also going to hear a beautiful folk story, also that comes from West Bengal. And then from West Bengal, we're going to go all the way to Madhya Pradesh and learn the tribal art form of Gond. So it's a tribe, it's the oldest tribe in India, and how they create something so beautiful with just two things, dots and dashes. And I think kids have completely forgotten what it actually means. What is Indian art? What is Indian craft? So we're going to just help them understand and create something. And we'll share printables with you, yes, which you can print, and they can color, and they can learn exactly what to do in those printables. So it's a package. It's music, it's story, and it's artwork. And I'm, you know, kids very fondly call me Potli Aunty because I have a Potli. And when I open that Potli, kids, there's lots that comes out of that Potli. So if you want to know what is in that Potli, what magic is in a Potli, you have to come and see in the session.
Thank you so much, Shivani. And as Shivani just said, the folk art workshop is for 2 days. There will be Patwa art on one day, Gond art on one day, and it's a full package of music, stories, art, and more. And the printables will be sent to you, and you can just download them, and the children will be ready to do their workshop. So that is our offering to DPS Sushant Lok. Thank you so much for making us a part of the summer camp. Thank you, Ritika. Thank you, everyone. I hope to see you soon. Namaskar. This is Prachi here from Kal Akar Collective.
Thank you, Prachi. Thank you, Shivani ma'am, and thank you, Ajit sir, for that simulating introduction to the course. Well, now I'll be presenting to you the Young Scientist workshops, but unfortunately our next facilitator isn't there. So I'm just going to share my screen and share it with you. It may not be as awesome as it would have been if she was around, but I'll try and make it as interesting as possible. These are, just allow me a second to share my screen. Yeah. Can everyone see my screen now? Just if one of you could just type in a yes, I'll just proceed.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, so essentially, this Wonderlab is all about creating artistic pieces out of science. So this is their introduction to, the art of science rather, where children will get a little messy. They'll use home products to create things, and they'll also learn science in a way. So the first experiment, I think there'll be a series of 5 experiments here for 5 days. And the first experiment is about making magnets, making doors through baking soda, vinegar, and liquid soap, salt. So the children will learn to use a dropper. They'll learn the basics of these chemical reactions, and they'll end up making something very, very creative out of it without even knowing that they've been able to do this. They've learned science in the process. So this is one. The second one is making art clay, and this is a very soft foamy clay that the children make, and they can also keep it in the fridge. It also hardens up and they can create things later, but again made out of very simple things like shaving foam and milk and this thing dish washing soap. So very, very simple experiments, very colorful, and very, very engaging. This is one of the most fabulous experiments ever. Children get to make a series of bubbles. They also learn the basics of surface tension and why a bubble is always round, and so on and so forth. So can somebody tell us, have you ever thought about it? Why are bubbles always round? Most bubbles. Has anybody, if any of you could raise your hands or unmute and just very quickly tell us. I think I've also leaked the answer in between.
Hello.
Yeah, sir.
Because a round shape, a spherical shape has the minimal surface tension. That is why.
Yes, so that's true. So they learn the very, very basics of what that even means. And they'll be making different kinds of bubbles through various things. Like you can see that this child has made an entire series of bubbles of different sizes using different things. So and it's extremely, they'll also create various tools to create different kinds of bubbles. So it's amazing, and all this is easily found at home. Then of course there are certain science experiments which we all know are very magical in nature, and again using very, very in most cases non-parental requirement. Parental requirement will not be needed, but nevertheless in some experiments we might just ask for it. That having said and done, it's mostly a very benign and a very colorful and interesting activity, a series of activities rather. And each day consists of, I think, 5 to 6 such activities. So yeah, so that's pretty much what it is for the Young Scientist program. If you have any questions, please put them on so that we can ask the facilitator to answer them and respond to your queries as soon as she joins in. So that was that, and now we'll move on to speech and drama by Zeta Education. Somebody there from Zeta? So I can't see them here. I think a couple of panelists have also left the meeting. I don't know what's happening. So ma'am, science activities are going to be for 5 days. So for Zeta, I'll follow up with them. And right now I'll move on to Gupteshwar Rao sir, who will present to you what we have for AR and VR. And then we'll have people from Zeta join in and introduce the course to you. Just give me a second, sir. I'll put you on the spotlight.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Is it loud and clear?
Yes.
Thank you. See, this session is about something new, something awesome for not only the teachers, the students, the parents, and the administrators, one and all. And it is the augmented reality. Let me share my screen so that I can show you some of the things which will help you know better on augmented reality. Okay. This is a small PowerPoint which I have developed, and I think you are able to see my screen. My name is Gupteshwara. I'm the digital teacher based at Visakhapatnam, and I am an ambassador to Merge Edu, which is an augmented reality company in USA. And I am an augmented reality specialist working for the past 10 years on this exclusively, right? I authored 2 books, and I am proud to say that I introduced Zoom through my book in 2014, for which I am given a free account for about 10 years. Yes, what is this? Augmented reality. This is an immersive technology, and these are very, very useful for learning anything relevant, particularly science topics, okay? Now, this is the first one is AR, I said, augmented reality. Next one is virtual reality, VR, and there is another one, mixed reality. I will show you also the mixed reality, which will, a short video which I created at a later stage. Now, what is this augmented reality? Augmented reality helps. It's a controlling digital content to view it simultaneously in the physical world. You have a digital content, but you can view everything in your at the spot. But you need to work only. It works only on mobile. Yes, mobile, and it engages students beyond the worksheet. And in fact, the one which I will be showing you on augmented reality works on a merge cube. This is known as a merge cube. And you will see wonderful things happening on this merge cube. And we are giving all the participants, the teachers, the students, the administrators, and parents also. Yes. A 15-day trial of working on augmented reality, where they will also make a merge cube on their own at their respective places. Okay. Now, without wasting much time, I will plop through. It's a risk-free environment for true learning that occurs, and it drastically increases students' engagement. So now, as I told you, that Merge is one of the companies which is struggling, which is working very hard to keep the students, teachers, and parents engaged with augmented reality, with a merge cube or without a merge cube also. I will show you all the 3 ways of how augmented reality helps. One with the merge cube, and another is a 3D model where you can see pronto immediately without the merge cube, and then you will also bring the subject into your room and view it at a stretch. Yes. So now for this to happen, I need to share my the screen of my mobile. Okay. This is my mobile. I need to share the screen of my mobile so that you can view it well. Okay. So let me keep the PowerPoint down, and then this down. Okay. Now, now do you see my mobile? You see the same thing, right? So one has to
Yes,
answer
sir.
me whether I'm not sure whether
Yes.
you are.
Yes, we can see.
Please, one of you be online. Unmute yourself.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now, I will go to the merge app. One is an explorer and another is an object viewer. Now, let me take you there. I have already downloaded and kept them so that I won't waste, you will be fully engaged with this. So these are the collections of the object viewer. So where you can see many things. All the objects, you can see them in 3D through the mobile using a merge cube or without the merge cube also. All the three I will show you. Now, interestingly, I will take you on a journey over the life history of a frog, which deals with not only the second, third, and students, but fourth and fifth also, where the lesson plan is so generated that it contains questions relevant to all the grades. I will show you that also. I will share screen that also. Okay. So now let me go back and take you to the Explorer. Now you see this is the structure of matter, and here is the frog's life. I think you are able to see frog's life. Now, incidentally, there is an introduction with an audio.
Which means without tail. They are one of the most diverse vertebrate orders.
I think you are able to hear it. I am unable.
Between a frog and a toad, there isn't one.
So it also contains a list and then the life cycle of a frog. It's like a video thing, but you will see it in reality. Just I will place that frog on my sofa here. All right. So I'm opening up this. This is an activity which will keep the students fully engaged. This is a cube. Now this is a merge cube. See, I'm keeping it here on my desk, and then you see these are the eggs. These are the eggs. And then when you click next, this is the embryo. And then when you click, you get a tadpole. A tadpole. Sorry, I moved it fast. Just hold on. Yes, this is a tadpole. And then next, this is a tadpole with legs. With
Can you
legs.
sort of zoom in a little bit? Yeah.
With legs. This is on the merge cube. You are seeing it on the merge cube. Okay. Then next is a froglet with a tail. A froglet with a tail. Now, I can stamp this froglet and keep it on my desk. See, the froglet is there on my desk. Is it not awesome for the student to understand and learn what it is, what it looks like? So this completes, and the last step is the adult frog. Now this is the adult frog on my desk. Now I will change it to the 3D. The 3D. In 3D, I don't need a merge cube. You will see it on your mobile, and turn it off and on, rotate it, view all the things, everything like that. So this is another way of showing. This is the second stage. One is using the merge cube, another is the 3D view, and then the last one, I will take you the real thing on, keep it on my desk here, the real thing, without using the video or this merge cube. So let me click here and world. This is world. Okay. Now I have to scan. I have to scan it. The surface where it is good, where it can stand. Okay. Now let us see. There should be, please remember that there should be sufficient lighting. Lighting should be there. Sufficient lighting should be there. Otherwise it won't work. Hold on. I'm taking you near. It will work. It may take a little bit of time, that's all. Yes, now you see there is a circle popped up, and if I click the circle, just touch it, the froglet will be placed there. Ah, now you see the froglet on my sofa, sitting comfortably. And then if you go to the next one, it is the frog, final stage of frog. Now children can play with it. And then
that's a wonderful way to learn.
And then you can keep it there on this. And incidentally, it works also. AR, this one, which also works for VR. The ones which were created by MERS work for both AR, augmented reality, and virtual reality, where students can view through a cardboard. I think we are going to have a session of virtual reality and augmented reality, 1-day program or 2 days program, which will be informed to you all by Ritika ma'am very shortly.
So, we will be giving them VR headset kits. I'll just turn my video on.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, so we will be giving you all these VR headset kits with instructions.
They will prepare.
Yeah, and you will be able to, children will be able to create these small VR headsets. These are Google Cardboards essentially, and get introduced to the concept of VR. So, so that's what will happen. So this is a very engaged and a very interesting form of learning, and it's also a new way for interactive learning now. Thank you, sir, for introducing this to us.
I can show, if you have time, I can show you some of the objects.
Sir, we are very short on time because right
okay.
after this,
no
we
issue.
have the other grades also joining in.
Right.
So we don't want to trickle into their time as well.
No issue at all.
But thank you, sir. I'm sure the children are going to love this course, and it's very engaging, very interesting, scientific and also artistic, where children get to experience everything firsthand. So any questions, please do ask us. I'll take them towards the end. And now we'll move on to Trinity. Trinity's, Zeta Education for Speech and Drama. So Zeta also takes, like I said, Trinity certifications later. Thank you, sir.
Right.
So I'll just locate Chanda ma'am, and then ma'am, are you there?
You can.
Right here, Zeta Edu.
Yeah, I'll just
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. I'll just
Good
change.
morning.
Yeah, great. Good morning. I'll just change, replace the spotlight. So, ma'am, it's over to you now.
Thank you so much, Ritika. Rao sir, that was very informative, what little I heard. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Chanda Katuria, and I am a drama enthusiast and a drama trainer. I welcome you on behalf of Metaverse and Zeta. So I'm going to share my slides with you. Right. So we believe that performance arts, for some reason, has taken a backseat as far as Indian education goes. So it could be dance, it could be drama, it could be music, or any other performing arts. And we truly believe that it is performing arts that can aid learning. Therefore, we strive to achieve excellence in education through the performing arts. Our mission and our vision is to do exactly that. Okay, to see that people do have an awareness of what performing arts can do to their children. Can you hear me? Am I audible, Ritika?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Okay, so we aim to inspire, to enrich, to inform, and to engage learners and to explore their own creativity. That's right, their own creativity, because we believe that each child, every child is creative, has that inherent quality of being creative. Our job is to only find that and help them discover it themselves. Now, before we actually get into it and I tell you more about my program, I'd like to answer a few questions. That is, what is speech and drama? How and why? Okay, so let's start with the what. Now, the word speech and drama can be very misleading because most people feel that when they hear the word speech, it is all about giving a speech on stage. But in this context, speech is actually quite different. Speech here means using the voice to its fullest capacity to be able to perform in drama. Okay, so it could be projecting the voice, it could be articulation, enunciation, intonation, voice modulation, expression. Okay, so how to use the voice when you're performing a drama. And obviously drama, as you all know, includes emoting, body language, characterization, movement. Okay, so that is what speech and drama is all about. Why speech and drama? Okay, now we really think that, and I'm sure you'll all agree with me, that on top of the list of the 21st century skills that we need, the transferable skills, right on top is communication skills, right? Followed very closely by confidence, time management, social skills, so many other skills that we talk about on a day-to-day basis. But right on top, of course, is communication skills. And we strive to harness these skills of communication using speech and drama as a tool. Okay, and speech and drama is a fantastic tool to do that. Children, they rarely realize what they're doing, so they're all having just fun when they're doing drama, but that is exactly what is happening in the background. Okay, so they're receiving so many skills. Now, how do we do this? Okay, it does sound very challenging, but let me tell you, with drama, it becomes extremely simple. We take them through a series of interactive activities to promote memorization, characterization, using pitch, pace, pause, emphasis, and also it helps them in contextual understanding. And also, last but not the least, we help them to break this fourth wall. Okay, so in drama, there is something that is a fourth wall, which is between them and the audience. So we help them to break that, penetrate to it, and get to the audience. Okay, so that is how, and we use a whole lot of activities and a lot of technology, techniques and processes of drama and a lot of stimuli to be able to do that. Let's talk about the next program that we are going to conduct. So one of our batches, for one of them, we are going to be conducting something called the stand-up comedy. Now, the minute we think of stand-up comedy, the image that comes to our mind is that of a comedian standing up on stage and doling out jokes while the audience is rolling in laughter, right? But we believe that humor is definitely more important and more impactful than comedy. Okay, and humor is something that you need in your everyday life, no matter which profession you're in. Even if you're in a very serious profession like that of a surgeon or a teacher, a soldier, a principal, you need humor, or a parent, right? So you need humor in everyday life. Now we are going to be training these, and of course, humor has its benefits, like you can see. It brings happiness to our lives, because after all, laughter is medicine, right? And it generates optimism in the child, helps them to appreciate playfulness, handle diversity. Now, I'd like to share a very nice fun fact with you here, that Indians are known to lack a sense of humor, unfortunately. But yes, that's true, because we take life way too seriously, and we've never been really taught how to look at the lighter side of things, okay, and how to treat adversities. Okay, therefore, we take everything with a straight face. So in this program, we're going to help students look at the lighter side, but at the same time, we will make sure that they are respectful of other people's sentiments. Okay. Now, in this stand-up comedy program, we are going to, the outcomes are critical thinking skills. That is, we help them to think on their feet by using tools like improv, gibberish, and just a minute. Okay, so we help them to think on their feet. We, of course, communication skills is enhanced. Creativity, which is extremely important in humor. Okay, you need to be creative and not just pick a joke from somewhere and crack it. So you need to have a sense of humor, and of course effective timing, which is imperative when there is humor. We will, like I said, use all these tools and so many other comedic devices to be able to teach them that. Now, this was about the comedy program and about speech and drama. I'll just tell you a little about how we conduct our programs. So our programs consist of, or rather say, stand on 4 pillars. That is engagement, techniques, communication skills, and performance. Engagement is all about students being able to engage with resources from all over the world. Okay, resources from different culture. So unfortunately, we are not, we don't allow our students to explore literary materials. So in our programs, we see that they explore different cultures, different genres, different moods, okay? And also take the ownership of their pieces. So it's very important, I feel, in today's world for them to be able to pick and choose what they want to do, okay? So that's engagement. We use different techniques. The stage techniques that we use are, everything about staging. We talk about blocking, levels, use of space, and so much more. Communication, of course, includes the verbal, the non-verbal, the physical, and the conviction. What do you mean by conviction here? Are they totally convinced that they are playing a particular character? Yeah, and only if they are convinced will they be able to convince the audience. So conviction is our 3rd pillar. And finally, of course, it's the performance, wherein, of course, it includes the costume, the lighting, the sound, the setting, and the works. All right.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that informative session. So, parents, yeah, ma'am, go ahead.
Can I finish? I mean, I have a little more. I'll quickly go through. Yes, Ritika?
Okay.
Have I taken too much time?
Ma'am, I think we have about 2-3 more minutes.
Okay, lovely. I'll finish in 2-3 minutes. Okay, so any program I feel is incomplete without you really knowing what is the end game. Okay, so our end game here, of course, is a performance. So students, when they train with us, at the end of it, they are going to do a performance. Okay. And apart,
will this be offline or online? Because a lot of parents are asking.
Obviously online for now. Yes,
ma'am, actually there is a provision for a performance day.
Okay.
It also discussed this. So a lot of parents were asking it, which is why I wanted to address this. That while the classes will be online, there is one last day where there will be a stage performance. And children will be, there'll be a small rehearsal before it.
Honestly, Ritika, left to me, I'd love to do it offline.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I truly believe Yeah, drama is supposed to be done offline and not
Yes,
online.
and in fact, there will be one gala day, and before which children will get 1 day of preparation and all of that. I think that's what the school is provision for, because unfortunately or fortunately, the school is also a board center. So
Okay.
they have to accommodate 17 children in one class, and they're a board center for 2 schools. Which
Okay.
is why they need to, the classes, the summer camp cannot be offline, because the board exams wouldn't be over by then. This is
Okay.
between 21st and 21st May to 4th of July. So hence, towards the end of the vacation, or there will be a predefined date that will be communicated to you by the school.
Okay.
And we will have an offline.
I think we can give that a thought, and we'll have to discuss amongst the panels that what can be done. Okay. So apart from this performance, we also have an international certification. Now, Ritika did introduce us as Trinity, because we are also associated with Trinity College London. I'll just throw some light on that. So our speech and drama program, so Trinity has got a graded examination in speech and drama. Okay, now you will be glad to know that normally it takes a very long time to train students to be able to appear for the exam. But after having done this program with Metaverse, students who are opting for the Trinity College London examination could be trained in about 12 sessions, okay, to appear for that exam. So of course, while they are with us, we would be grading them, and we know exactly which grade. So there are 8 grades. Yeah, 8, and of course there is an initial. So we decide which grade they go for. And there are 2 programs that are being conducted with Metaverse, that is Young Explorers and Young Experts.
So for grade 2 and 3, sorry to interject, because people will have questions here.
Sure.
For grade 2 and 3, it's only explorers right now, because
Okay.
that's what I think my discussion with Varun also was, that we won't have the exam for them because they're maybe slightly younger.
Okay.
If people want that exam to be there, we can look into it for this grade as well. But so far, I think in the Explorer program, it's not part of it as of now.
And Young Experts is for the older
that's for
kids.
4 to, yes, ma'am.
All right.
5 and 6.
Yeah, all right. So they can, the older children can look at this, and it is an international certificate, which adds a lot of value to your portfolio. Yeah. So, and it's like a bug, believe me, that bites you. Once it bites you, you can never look back. So you keep doing one grade after the other, and till you've received all your certificates. Okay. A little about us. So the program is going to be conducted by a very close friend and colleague of mine, Ritika Ratna, and yours truly, Chanda Katuria. We both have a 10-15 year, we've lost count, experience of teaching, acting, directing, and we are completely passionate about the art. I mean, you can make out from my body language and my gestures that we truly believe that drama is a wonderful tool to educate children and bring out the best in them while they're having fun. Okay, underline that. Yes, so that's the end of my presentation, and I'm really looking forward to meeting all the students and taking them on this wonderful journey with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ritika.
Yeah, so parents, just a couple of things. The Young Explorer program will allow you to take 2 programs within a cost of 5,000. The class duration and everything is part of the brochure, and it will also be mentioned separately. So I think the Trinity program is for 12 sessions, and the rest of the programs are for, I think, 5, 6 sessions each. So the idea is to engage every child for about 1 to 1.5 hours every day for a span of 2 weeks. That is Monday to Friday, again, Monday to Friday. Weekends we've kept free because most people have their own individual plans during the weekends. But yes, so that's.
So I think there is a message on the chat box that says it would be really great if these sessions could be offline.
Yes, we would love them to be offline.
Yes,
but can't be helped in such times. Just imagine the school has had to reduce timing because of heat. It's sometimes COVID, it's sometimes heat, it's sometimes pollution.
That's right.
You don't know how hot it's going to be. Then organizing this entire thing and then canning that and moving it online. then there being differential pricing there,
Yeah.
a lot of to and fro happening in terms of communication. Don't want that don't want things to be very chaotic for the schools as well, for the school
And-
as well as for the parents.
And in fact, I'd like to add here that even Trinity has changed its ways. We also conduct the exam online now. So you have to, in speech and drama, the student has to record their entire video and upload it on the site. Yeah?
Yes.
So we've all,
So-
I think, moving with times.
Yes, and in this case, so we've tried to do a hybrid kind of a thing, wherein we will actually, for every program, there will be a last gala day, which will be a presentation day, where there will be speech and drama. So there will be a performance, there will be your exhibitions, wherein certain experiments or certain things that can be showcased, that your puppets and all of that can be showcased. So we will try to give children that offline experience within a day, where they get to at least present what they've done, and they'll
That's
be trained
wonderful.
a little bit to do that. So
That's
that's the interesting part of it,
Mhm.
because it's just one day and you can
Right.
choose that.
Okay.
So doing this for a span of 14-15 days, and then managing the entire offline event and moving it online, and with all the board exams happening, will be very, I think, the
Very
school can
challenging, yes,
also,
I think.
yes, the school can also answer this if there are the school representatives here. But yeah, so that's the reason why it's happening online. And
Okay.
we can tell you one thing, this is for all parents, ma'am, wherein we will try, and in fact all these courses are very, very engaging, and the children will be doing some hands-on activity along with watching the screen, so they're not continuously watching the screen straight on. They're going to
Absolutely.
be doing something with their hands,
Mhm.
and they'll be moving around in all. So we have only 4 programs for this age group, because we were very particular that every program that needs to be added for this age group needs to requires movement. So we haven't added any program. Even the AR and VR program requires movement, because the child has to look somewhere, place that frog,
Yeah.
build something from scratch. The other thing that we've added with all our courses is you get a subscription of the Young Chronicle newspaper for children for free.
Oh, nice.
You get a VR headset, everybody gets it. This is going to be complimentary with the program as well. So we're trying to make it very enriching, so that children read, they use their hands, they build things, they explore science, and they explore their creativity and artistic skills. So that way, hopefully, this is going to be a very 360-degree program, and it's going to, the culmination date will be announced by the school, where there will be a performance as well. So there will be this added element of presentation skills and teamwork while you're producing something on stage. So
That's
be
brilliant, Ritika. In fact, really kudos to all of you, because, and I feel that all teachers have now adapted to this new way of life. And we tried, and we, of course, being parents and teachers, we also know that they cannot sit in front of the system all the time. So we do include a lot of movements, and especially drama cannot be, believe me, cannot be performed just sitting down on the chair. There'll be a lot of movement. Yes.
So, ma'am, I think we would like to wind up
Yes,
now for this
definitely.
great